Hi guys, my name is Michael. Welcome back. So today we're talking about XRP. Everyone is talking about XRP, right? And that is because we received the final judgment regarding the 4-year long legal battle between the SEC and Ripple, and so that final judgment is out, and everybody is relieved by this judgment because they feel like now XRP can go ahead and be what it wants to be. But in this video, I want to just give you some understanding regarding this battle between the SEC and Ripple, and also share with you my own opinion as to what is going to happen next with XRP, and how things will play out as we move forward. So if you come into the XRP, if you're new to the crypto or the XRP space, there are some assumptions you're going to be met with, and that is the fact that, and one of them is that this man on the right, Gary Gensler, everyone thinks that he is the crypto villain. People call him the crypto villain. They feel like, the SEC is against everything crypto, everything innovation. They actually believe that the SEC is stifling growth and innovation in the crypto space. And when you come to the XRP community, these two guys on the left, Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, they look at them as like heroes and everything. And the truth could not be far from it, right? And that is because we live in an upside down world. Sometimes people replace bad for good, good for bad, and things like that. So I just want to share with you a couple of things in that regard. In my own opinion, right, this man right here, Gary Gensler, this guy is the best thing that could have happened to the crypto space, especially when it comes to the XRP community, right? Without the SEC, we wouldn't have a good understanding of what was going on behind the scenes. And I will tell you that what the SEC, this judgment that was released today, right, and which was brought about by the actions taken by the SEC, is the best thing that could have happened to XRP, right? Is the best thing. And to be honest, right, a lot of people will never give this guy the credit he deserves, but he is the best thing that could have happened to the crypto space and to the XRP community. If you go into the lawsuit that the SEC filed against Ripple, in 2022, if you take a look at the prayer for relief, the SEC was seeking a couple of things. They were seeking a couple of things from the judge. The first thing the SEC wanted to achieve with this lawsuit was they wanted to permanently, and if you take a look at the item 1 there, it says to permanently enjoining defendants and each of their respective agents, servants, employees, attorneys, and other persons in active concert or participation with any of them from violating directly or indirectly sections 5A, 5C, and 5C of the Securities Act, blah, 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 including by delivering XRP to any persons or taking any other steps to effect any unregistered offer or sale of XRP. Now, it's important for us to understand that before the SEC stepped in and sued Ripple, the level of manipulation of the XRP market that Ripple was involved in was unprecedented. They were doing a lot of things behind the scenes that the community was really not aware of. If not for the SEC, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't be able to see behind the scenes of what Ripple was doing in terms of, the manipulation of the price of XRP, and they were heavily involved in activities that affected the price of XRP. But through the SEC's action, we were able to understand how far and how deep. We were even able to understand the control Ripple has over XRP, and let's just get right into it. The second thing the SEC that was important here, the second thing the SEC was seeking, with this lawsuit was, say, prohibiting defendants from participating in any offering of digital asset securities pursuant to sections 21, blah, blah, blah. So what the SEC was trying to do was to put a restraint on Ripple from indiscriminately selling XRP into the market. That was their main goal. A lot of people, when you hear about the SEC, people just think about the SEC just wants to come and take money, collect fines. You hear all these billion-dollar settlements, and a lot of people that think that that's the only thing the SEC does. They just feel like the SEC comes in, sue these companies, and then take $2 billion. What a lot of people do not see are the remedies and the demands that the SEC puts on the companies, to get them to comply, to get them to, to act straight, if I can put it that way. Do you get? A lot of people do not see that part. What we only hear on the news is that, oh, SEC settles case with Ripple for 2 billion. SEC settles case with it for 3. But there are fine lines. There are details that we never get to see of what the SEC has demanded from the company in order to comply and to act appropriately. So those are the things that the SEC set out to achieve when they filed the lawsuit against Ripple. And so, yesterday the final judgment was released, and a lot of people are looking at this as a win for Ripple. But to be honest, if you look at the judgment and if you look at what the SEC set out to achieve, the only loser in this whole thing is Ripple as a company. And I'm going to explain to you why that is. This is the judgment that was handed down by the judge, and this is the final judgment. And if you take a look at it here, it says here, the first point, it is hereby ordered, adjudged, and decreed that defendant Ripple Labs Inc. is permanently restrained and enjoined from violating Sections 5 of the Security Act, directly or indirectly, in the absence of any applicable exemption. So what they are saying is that they have permanently restrained Ripple from selling XRP, directly or indirectly, indiscriminately, which is what Ripple was doing before the SEC stepped in. If you take a look at the other point, he said, unless a registration statement is in effect as to a security, making use of any means or instrument of transportation or communication in interstate commerce or of the mails to sell such security through the use of or medium of any prospectus or otherwise. So this is a complete, is an airtight restraint against Ripple. This is an airtight restraint. If you take a look at the other one there, it says, unless a registration statement is in effect as to a security. So before Ripple can sell XRP now, they have to register it as a security. And the judge is making it clear that ignorance will not be an excuse for Ripple anymore, right? Remember, the judge was very lenient on Ripple. They were very lenient on giving everything that the SEC stated in their brief. I feel like the judge was really lenient on Ripple. So, but the judge is making it clear that ignorance will not be an excuse. So this is an airtight restraint against Ripple. So let's take a look at the last part that I feel is important here. If you take a look at this one, it says making use of any means or instrument of transportation or communication in interstate commerce or of the mails to offer to sell or offer to buy through the use of medium or of any prospectus or otherwise any security, unless a registration statement has been filed with the commission as to such security. So if you take a look at all this statement, it might look like, this is just bunch of, it's just a word salad here. But all these things are important, given what the SEC outlined that Ripple was doing. Because what a lot of people do not understand is the level of manipulation when it comes to the price of XRP that Ripple was involved in. If you take a look at the SEC brief, you will realize that Ripple was buying and selling XRP to manage the price of XRP, to control liquidity of XRP, to control the price of XRP. They were sending agents, people who were acting on behalf of Ripple, to buy XRP, to make XRP look as if it was bullish. People were thinking, oh, this is bullish. A lot of people are buying XRP. They would create accounts, and those accounts would buy XRP, making it look bullish. Meanwhile, Ripple was also selling XRP. They were just doing a lot of things that were borderline criminal, to be honest. And this judgment today has restrained them from all those activities. So Ripple is the loser in this particular case, in my own opinion. And why is all this good for the XRP community? I'm going to explain as we move forward. Okay, this is the last point of the judgment. The judge ordered Ripple to pay a penalty of $125 million. Now, a lot of, the CEO of Ripple went on Twitter and he posted this as a win for Ripple because the SEC was demanding $2 billion and the judge only offered the SEC $125 million. And this is a big deal for Ripple because where Ripple cannot sell XRP, we're yet to see how they're going to raise $125 million without selling XRP. Because if you understand what Ripple has been doing in the past, you will understand that everything, all the money that Ripple was using to manage the organization was coming from sales of XRP. So in a situation where Ripple can no longer sell XRP, $125 million is a big deal. And you're going to see this as we move forward. So this is the case that was filed by the SEC against Ripple in 2022, right? And this just gives you a good understanding of Ripple, the company, and their operations. And it talks about, it goes, to the founding of XRP, how XRP was created. If you take a look at this, it talks about in 2012, how Jed McCaleb started writing the code for the XRP ledger, how Chris Larsen was hired, how the company Ripple was formed. But in this particular place, what I want you to take a look at is how the tokens of the XRP was shared. So if you take a look at this point 46, it said the co-founder, which we believe to be Jed McCaleb, and Chris Larsen and Ripple Agent 1 then transferred 80 billion. Okay, let me start from here. So in the XRP ledger, right, it said co-founder, Ripple Agent 1 and Cryptographer 1 created a little cost, the final version of what today is a fixed supply of 100 billion XRP. So this is where they created the 100 billion XRP tokens, which is fixed, which cannot be changed, right? But this is how that 100 billion was shared. If you look at point 46, co-founder Larsen and Ripple Agent 1 then transferred 80 billion XRP tokens to Ripple, the company, and the remaining 20 billion to themselves. So 9 billion XRP each to co-founder and Larsen, and 2 billion XRP to Ripple Agent 1. So it said, as compensation for Ripple founders, after this transfer, Ripple and its founders controlled 100% XRP. And this is very unusual because when you see crypto startups, when you see companies who create crypto tokens, when they start up, they usually do not share the currencies like this, right? After sharing the 100 billion XRP, we can see here that Ripple and the founders controlled the entire 100 billion XRP. So what this suggests is that every XRP that we see out there in the market today came as a form of transaction. Do you get? So Ripple or the founders received value for every XRP that we see in the market today. They received value back for all the XRP that we are seeing in the market today. And that is really crazy, because if you go into the full brief that the SEC filed, you will realize that XRP was just like an ATM for Ripple. It was just like an ATM for Ripple. Everything they did with XRP. Marketing, they paid people with XRP, they compensated with XRP, and they were just spending indiscriminately, in my own opinion. Now, another thing that I want you to realize is this other part I'm going to show you here. If you take a look at it, it said from 2014 through the end of 2019, to fund this operation, Ripple sold at least 3.9 billion XRP through market sales for approximately $763 million. From 2013 through the end of the third quarter of 2020, Ripple sold at least 4.9 billion XRP through institutional sales for approximately $624 million. This is just showing you how Ripple was selling the XRP. There's a point I'm trying to bring out here. This one. In 2017, defendants also began accelerating Ripple's sales of XRP because while Ripple's expenses continued to increase, reaching nearly $275 million for 2018, its revenues outside XRP sales did not. So every revenue Ripple as a company had came from the sales of XRP. Most of their revenue came from the sales of XRP, right? But if you take a look at point 77, which is very important, it said, for example, starting in 2016, Ripple began selling two software suites, right? Xcurrent and XVIA, from which it earned approximately $23 million through 2019, though neither used XRP or blockchain technology. So what you're seeing here is that Ripple was selling XRP to fund businesses and products that had no business with XRP or blockchain. Do you understand? Usually when you hear founders, right, transferring crypto tokens to themselves and to some sort of foundation or anything, what they usually say is that, we are using this, we're going to transfer, X percent of currencies to this foundation for the maintenance or for the development of XRP, blah, blah, blah. But what we are seeing here is that Ripple was selling XRP to fund other projects that had nothing to do with XRP. They were selling XRP to buy real world assets, to buy assets that had nothing to do with the development or to the development or the, how will I put it, to the build up of the XRP ledger. They were doing things outside of those things, but they were using the XRP token sales. They were using proceeds from the XRP token to fund other things, to do other things that were not related in any way to XRP or the XRP community. So these are the things that we need to understand, right? So this judgment that was passed down is the best thing that could have happened to the XRP community. Putting in mind that Ripple still controls around 44 billion XRP tokens. Remember, it was because of this indiscriminate selling of XRP. The community was really angry. That is why Ripple decided to put the XRP in the escrow. But they still control the XRP, even if it's in an escrow. And you see, even them saying that, oh, we're going to release 1 billion every month, is still manipulation. It's still manipulation. So this judgment, in my own opinion, is the best thing that could have happened to Ripple. If you take a look at this other point here, it said, now, Ripple also lacked the funds to pay for these endeavors and for its general corporate business expenses, which for 2013 and 2014 already exceeded 25 million without selling XRP. So even though we see Ripple, if you go to their website, they have all these products, Liquidity Hub, on demand, all these things. Those things, it's not generating income. The bulk of the income is still coming from sales of XRP. So without selling XRP, the company Ripple cannot even survive. Even though it looks like, they're not selling XRP to survive on the outside. So that is why I said even the $125 million fine that they're giving to them, that is going to be a serious problem, without being able to sell XRP to institution or to anybody or to transact or to exchange XRP for value, which is what the SEC has achieved with this lawsuit. It's going to be a big deal because the only thing they can do now is to sell more shares of the Ripple company, to sell more shares of the company. So it's so important that we understand all these things. And this is why when you come into a subject like this, you must be able to look, at things objectively. Don't just go with the crowd. Do you get Gary Gensler? The SEC was the best thing that could have happened to Ripple, to XRP. Forget about the fact that it took 4 years to get to this point. That was the best thing that could have happened to the XRP community. And from here on, I strongly believe that XRP, we will be able to now see the potential of XRP. Once that manipulative hand of Ripple, now that the manipulative hand of Ripple has been restrained from XRP, because they were partly the reason why XRP has not got into its potential. Because every time XRP is trying to take off, they sell a lot of XRP. And you go read the lawsuit and look at the facts of the case, you will see how they were selling XRP indiscriminately. So this restraint, permanent restraint that has been placed on Ripple is a good thing for XRP. And I strongly believe that as the hand of Ripple is decoupled from XRP, that XRP will be able to reach its full potential. And we can see XRP become the utility that we all know that it can become. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it a day here. If you like videos like this, please click on the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.